morning everyone, Crystal here from California, and I'm excited to be on the Michaela Queen Instagram this morning. And today I'm here to share a day in my life with you. So let's get started. I thought I was going to have more time this morning to introduce myself and stuff, but my daughter woke up a little earlier than usual, as did I. So I'm gonna get breakfast going for her and then I'll get started. So I just made some pancakes for me and my daughter, and we're having breakfast right now. Something I wouldn't have been able to do, and I never had breakfast at my previous job, and that was before I was a mom. So this is a pretty awesome part of being a freelancer. This morning today is going to be a bit different. I've gotten most of the work for the week done with my clients. This morning, first thing, I did see that there was a job opportunity in the OTO job leads group, and I think I'm a perfect fit for it, so I'm going to be applying for that shortly, and then I'll be checking my emails to respond to any clients after that, and creating a to-do list for the day. So like I said, this is my to-do list. I like to split it up, work and home. I did general lists. I don't want to give out any of my client information. I do not have NDAs with these particular clients. I just do not like to give out my client information or put it out there. So I have the job ops, and then checking the emails while I was having breakfast right now. I did receive quite a few emails and messages from my clients that I need to get back to, and working with the 2 clients I need to work with today. Finished setting up the Basado. I really need to switch to that. It just makes the whole onboarding process a lot easier, I've heard. And schedule and create content, and the Live Free Academy weekly coaching call, which starts right now. So I'll have that work on the background while I'm applying and checking emails, so that I can ask any questions for Michaela that I might have. Today's kind of going to be more of a CEO day, which I learned are really important. And then the home list is just a general list. I don't know if I've mentioned it already, but I'm in my 3rd trimester of my 2nd pregnancy, and I am nesting and also wanting to spend time with my daughter. I'm like all over the place right now. So today's going to be like a CEO day, where I get to like really clean the house before my husband gets home, and then spend time with my daughter. So let's see how that goes.
You need this done by, and get that information, and then say like, okay, yep, I can totally get this done for you by then. Do you want to chat through all the details via?
We've switched locations. I am now in my living room, sitting on the floor on the coffee table working. I'm trying to get the 2nd baby out as soon as possible. So it's kind of my routine. I'm all over the place working throughout the day. So I have like 4 areas in my house where I work. I have a little office set up in my daughter's playroom. In my room, I have my lap desk where I work on the bed when the baby is taking a nap or whatever. And I also work in the kitchen. The way my kitchen is set up, it's right in between her playroom and the living room, so wherever she's at, I can see her. And also, I use the coffee table right here in the living room to work as well, so that I can be with her. She doesn't at least feel like, she's alone, and I'm still able to watch her. What's amazing about this is I can stop whenever she needs me. Her hair was done a second ago. I don't know what happened. Can you say hello?
Hello.
Pretty productive so far. So to start, I was able to hop on the Live Free Academy group coaching call this morning. It's 12 p.m. Central Time, but it's at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. So I was able to hop on there and do that today. I applied to that job op, and it was pretty awesome because within, I would say, less than 20 minutes, she responded and booked a discovery call, and I'm pretty excited for this one. And then while checking my emails, there was another potential client that asked a few more questions before booking a discovery call. So if all goes well, maybe she'll book a discovery call as well today, and that'd be amazing. Some days it looks like this, working with her on my lap, but that's okay. So I started applying to the job leads, I think before I was even halfway done with the course. And I think I applied to, I'm going to say about 30 and received 30 no's before I received my first yes. And then when I received my first yes, at that time we were looking to refinance our house. So we talked to our broker, and then he asked me what I did, you know, as part of the questionnaires. And I told him, and I said, kiddingly, if you're ever looking for somebody or need help with any of this, like, it's what I do. And he said, actually, yeah, I'll take you up on that. And I started working with him before we even closed on the refinance. And that was pretty awesome. And then my third client was, I had made a video and I was so nervous to put it out there, but I did. I put it on my Facebook and shared it with all my friends. I put it on my story, and one of my friends from high school tagged me in an Instagram post where somebody in the Bay Area was looking for a virtual assistant. I reached out, and she loved how professional all my stuff looked, thanks to Michaela. And she ended up hiring me within, all three were within that first month. And it was great because I went from not working to working, it was from 20 to 25 hours, and I had fully replaced my income from my previous job, and it was amazing. Really quick, here's my website, and I'm still just a general virtual assistant. My logo has changed, my colors, my branding has all changed from when I first started, and I didn't have a website for the first year, but now it's just easier to send the one link to the website where they can book the call, and they can see my portfolio and everything on there. So that's why I have it now. But I was hoping to niche down and work with salon owners because I did go to Paul Mitchell, and I have a certification in cosmetology. So I wanted to niche down on that, and it hasn't happened yet, but I'm in no rush because I'm working with some pretty amazing people right now. Hey everyone, we're back from the library. I'm pretty excited because while we were at the library, I got that second potential client. She booked a discovery call as well, so I have 2 discovery calls coming up this weekend or next week, and so I really got to make sure and get the Basado set up. I'm currently still doing everything the freeway that Michaela shows on the course, and it's awesome. It just takes a little longer, and the more clients you have, the less time you have to spend on sending all that and then like the onboarding process. So I just really need to get Dipsado worked set up. So even if I don't finish it today, I just really need to make sure and hop on and do that. But I'm pretty excited. Yay! Going on with my to-do list, I'm gonna work a little bit with my clients now. I usually get most of my work done in the afternoons once my husband is here. So I'm gonna get a little bit done now, and then I'm gonna get as much of the housework that I can done after that. And then once my husband gets home, I'll hop back on and work and share that with you. But feel free to ask any questions that you might have about what I do or anything like that, and I will see you guys in a bit. Good question. So when I got all 3 clients after 3 months of applying, I got pretty close to my income, working literally only half the time. So I was $2,700. And then about a month or 2 later, I had fully replaced my income. However, I always say that first month where I had all 3 clients is when I replaced my income, because if you subtract all the gas that, you know, from commuting back and forth to work, that's the difference right there, honestly. So communication is key. I make sure and let them know as soon as either we have the discovery call or I send them the initial email for the job leads that I am pregnant and due in March. And I tell them the exact date, and I tell them I plan to take a few weeks off. Then the clients I have now are super understanding. They just, of course, want to make sure and we get ahead. So they've been really messaging me these last few weeks and trying to get really ahead so that when March comes, everything's done ahead of time and I can take those weeks off and they're not falling behind on their business. First of all, you're amazing. I can only imagine how difficult it is. Being a mom in itself is extremely difficult. But a few things that I have learned is, one, I could be working a lot more hours and be making a pretty good income. If I needed it, I honestly don't. We do want to get a bigger house soon because our family is growing, so I will have to be working more then. But that's what's amazing about this is the flexibility, especially like if you're a single mom, you've got to go pick up your kids or do anything with them, take them to the doctor. You have that flexibility. Second, I've learned that don't put all your eggs in one basket. Have some clients where you can work a lot of hours with, where they want quite a bit of hours, but then also have some cut off by my daughter. But like I said, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't have like one or two big clients that you're working most of your hours with, because if they ever don't want to work with you or can't afford you anymore, then you don't have that stable income. And that happened to me, and so that's why I'm saying that. And also the other thing is keep up your business, keep your business stuff up to date. Really do those CEO days, because then if you ever do need another client or you lose another client, you're not having to waste any time to go and update that, and you just can start applying or reaching out to other potential clients without it affecting you as much, if that makes sense. Okay, so CEO days. Michaela mentions in her course, and she elaborates a little bit more on them. At first, I was like, oh no, that's for bigger businesses. I didn't even take it into account. However, after the first 2 years of running my own business and not doing CEO days and just focusing on my clients' businesses, when business started to get a little bit slow for me, then I had to start all over on my social media, updating my website, my portfolio, all my information, and it just took up so much time. It felt like it was starting over again. So CEO days are just one day out of the week or month, or however much you want to do or are available to do, where you focus on your business. So right now, because I'm trying to get everything ready for the baby, I'm doing one day a week, sometimes two. Mondays usually, because that's when my husband has off, or Sundays and Mondays, where I just focus on my business. I don't do any client work, or if I don't have that much client work that day, then I focus on my business. I'm just making it a point to work on my business. So on that day, like right now, I'm setting up Dubsado so I can use that to make the onboarding process a lot easier. And I'm creating a bunch of social media content and content for my website so that I can have it all scheduled out to post those first few weeks of postpartum, so that even when I'm unable to work, my business continues to work for me, and then I'm getting more leads and potential customers reaching out to me that way. So that's what a CEO day is. So I want to elaborate more when I say business got slow for me, because it was just for me. It wasn't, I don't think it was for the whole virtual assistant community, but I had one client, it was my first client. I was very hesitant to let her go. I was already used to all the work with her, even though sometimes it was not the work that was difficult. And we had been working together for well over a year, and eventually I got comfortable with her and she got comfortable with me, to the point where I let her pay me at the end of the week. So because the hours were kind of all over the place, but don't do this. Just don't have them pay you before. And that's what I've done since. I've learned from that mistake. But when I got pregnant, I wasn't able to work as much because I wasn't feeling well. And so I helped her hire another virtual assistant. And then she started being weird with both of us to where she didn't want to pay us afterwards. So it was just like a really difficult time. She was being very difficult, and she was not wanting to pay me for the hours that I had worked, and I was already not feeling good. This pregnancy's been pretty hard on me. So I stopped working with her, but then this is when I realized I had messed up in not doing the CEO days, because I had to go back and I had to update all my systems. I had to update my portfolio. I had to update my website, my social media. I hadn't posted anything on there for a while. I ended up doing some rebranding because that, it just wasn't me anymore. So it was like, it really felt like starting over. And so I say from experience, CEO days are important, as are following the guidelines Michaela gives us on the course, because if not, if she wouldn't have paid me, I kind of would have been screwed.